ASMR Coffin Radio.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Coffin Radio. I am Heartthrob Rob. Joining me today from Puroresu Wrestling is Aria Blake. How are you doing?
I kind of got my butt beat, but I'm okay.
No, I mean, you're out there. You had a great match. It was a little bit of a 4-on-4, which is always hard to do, but you were in there and you got your stuff in. That's all that mattered.
I got my stuff in. Some people got their stuff in on me. But, I mean, we made some friends along the way. That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
You win some, you lose some, but you live to fight another day.
You win some, you lose some, you dim some. You win some, you dim some. I don't know, I've heard it before.
I think it's Drake. Outcome is income as long as the outcome is income. Something like that.
Money.
Yeah, exactly. But no, I mean, you're back here. You're back in wrestling. How is it feeling back? I mean, now you're a mother, but back at wrestling. How does it feel for you trying to get those cobwebs off?
Well, thankfully, before the show started, before I started doing shows again in mid-February, I was training with my fiance, TJ, who might be watching this. Yeah, so that helped a lot getting the cobwebs off and just doing shows here and there. I love doing these Lucha Puroresu shows. I had never wrestled in California until this year when I moved to Vegas last year, but obviously being pregnant, I couldn't really do anything. So here I am again. It's really fun. It's exciting. It's it gives me more of a reason now, I guess, to really if I'm gonna leave my baby and go to a show, it better be worth it. I better kill it. I better love what I'm doing, etc.
Absolutely. This is the first year that you're back in California. When, where were you really based out of before?
Clearwater, Florida. I was born there. I was raised in Palm Harbor, a little bit up the street. Moved back to Clearwater. So really Clearwater, Tampa, a bit in Orlando. Most of the time, my travels would take me as far as Atlanta. So Southeast, really.
And how did you fall in love with wrestling?
When I was 14, my younger brother was watching SmackDown, and I had never really watched wrestling before, but I knew certain people because I had watched VH1 and they had Chris Jericho as a commentator for something. So I was that familiar with wrestling. So when I watched it with my brother and saw the Divas matches, I was look at that! I was I need to do that. That looks like the coolest thing ever. They're strong, they're hot. The first match I saw was Maurice versus Michelle McCool for the Divas title with Maria as the guest ref. And I will never forget that. It was so fun. Maurice won. All of them are still some of my favorites to this day. But yeah, seeing that, it was just an instant thing where I'm I have to do that. And I never felt that way about writing, modeling, photography, anything else. So when I turned 18, I started looking at schools, and at the time, FCW was near my house. So I was perfect, gonna go do that in Tampa. It's a 45-minute drive. But then they closed it and opened NXT in Orlando, and it's not the same process as it was at FCW, because you could have no experience and sign up for the beginner's class at FCW.
Wow.
At NXT, they're you have to already be good at something, and we decide if we want you, not just some random off the street.
So when you talk about FCW, you're talking about Florida Championship Wrestling.
Yes.
The school that you get to right before you hit WWE. What's their feeder system, developmental?
It was, yeah.
That's crazy. You almost, could have been there. That could have been your start.
I was so close. I was it was 2012, I think, is when they started to open NXT. So I had turned 18 that year, graduated high school that year, started college that year, and I don't know, it just wasn't meant to be. But eventually, when I was a few months shy of turning 20, the Uproar Pro Wrestling Academy opened, and Jay Lethal was the head trainer, and I ended up getting trained that way instead.
What were your memories of getting trained, with Jay Lethal, who's a well-renowned wrestler, world champion?
Yes. I, especially learning different people and where they've come from, I'm really glad that I went to a school that didn't, that was ran by somebody that knows what they're doing and, doesn't just know what they're doing, is phenomenal at the job. And I was also trained a little bit by Angelina Love, because she lived in the area at the time. So she was a motherly figure to me as well. She would give us advice with, so-and-so is beware of him, or this is where you can get gear or makeup stuff. So I have really positive memories coming up. There was never anything we're going to squat you to death today, or we're going to hit the ropes 1,000,000 times and do 1,000 burpees, because it's thankfully he knows, he's I'm not a personal trainer. If you want to work out, you do that on your own time. If you do what you think you need to for the ring, his job is to teach holds and takeovers and stuff. So that was, I feel bad saying it, but I had one of the better training experiences.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm sorry if y'all did it, you deserve it, but I had a good one.
Well, how long is it before you get make your break into MLW?
Oh man.
Or what was your big break prior to that? Or would you say MLW was the first time you kind of really got that big spotlight on you?
Well, one instance comes to mind before that. I was at an Evolve show in Tampa, and William Regal had came to the show, and I was in the ring with Malcolm Bivens and Amy Rose, and we did this segment where we had money, and like if you're Regal, we had this money, we're like, make it rain on him, and we're like in dresses, we're like, hey Regal, and that was good, got positive opportunities from that. But yeah, MLW is the first place I had signed a contract. They need their brakes fixed, I think. I don't know if it's brakes or what.
It was.
I think their window's down too. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, MLW signed there in, I want to say late 2017 or early 2018. At the time, I was Joey Janella's manager. But before that, I had done so many different things, backstage interviewing, different kinds of production things, especially with the pre-tape segments when we were filming in Orlando. Just scrap work, like driving people around, taking so-and-so to wherever dinner place they wanted to go, social media stuff, and worked my way up manager, eventually became a competitor in one match and managed again. So it was a roller coaster of different things.
Yeah, I mean, you did some big stuff. You worked with Joey Janella, MJF, you know. How would you describe your time at MLW?
Ooh. It's good. I'm just trying to think of like one word.
Yeah, or a memory that stands out. A memory that stands
out. Good memories for sure. I really just had fun just chilling with the guys that I worked with. I'm lucky that I worked with Joey and Max, who are both really cool. They've never been weird towards me. They've always kept it professional. And like, they're cool. People you can learn from too, because like they're such unique characters. Like Joey being this crazy match guy, and like his promos are like not as all over the place, but they make me pay attention because I'm like, he's doing a promo because he's gonna do something crazy. And then Max is just like the biggest asshole. We all know that. So it's fun when, you know, I need to bring out that inner asshole. I'm like, kind of mannerisms or, you know, techniques in the ring, stuff like that. So they're fun guys. And I also worked with Richard Holiday and Alex Hammerstone, and they're great too.
Yeah. You bring up, you know, being an asshole, being part of it.
I
do you like working better as heel or as a babyface?
There is probably no part of me that enjoys being a babyface besides like high-fiving children. Other than that, I hate it. I can't do it. I'm not a nice person.
Hey, you work the heel gimmick, man. I love it. Even when you're out there, you work in the heel.
I mean, the spoiled brat isn't a nice person. Like, you're not going to meet a nice brat, probably.
Not at all. Who are some of your favorite matches you had against?
Ooh.
Favorite opponents you had?
I wrestled Sue Young in 2016, and it remains one of my favorite matches. It was for Girl Fight Wrestling in Orlando, and it was the first time I had really taken any kind of move that was like a little more on like the hardcore side. I remember she had me seated in a chair and came off the apron and did like a cannonball. So I was like, I'm catching you. And like, just, that was fun.
You've also had matches with Chelsea Green. You've had matches with Brandi Rhodes as well,
yes,
too.
I've had matches with them. With Chelsea, it was a like cosplay show, Florida Supercon Wrestling. I think she was Catwoman, and I was Kim Possible. So like there's pictures I see of her going like this, and I'm just like this, like trying to duck it, like all spy-like. So that was fun. I wrestled Brandi at Wrestle America in Barnesville, Georgia, and it's in the middle of nowhere. Sorry if you live there. Yeah. But it was really fun. Shout
out to Barnesville.
Shout out Barnesville. I had a barn burner in
Barnesville.
It was a promotion that Luke Gallows brought me in for, and Cody was part of the show too. Brandi was great. It was really fun. It was not like a goofy match, but it was fun. The chemistry was just like there, and we didn't go out there and try to kill each other, but we didn't go out there and mess up everything. It was just normal and fun and chill, and I really liked it.
Very cool. So earlier we brought up TJP, TJ as you call him.
Blech, right? That guy. How
did you guys hit it off? How is it? No, let's go there first. How did you guys hit it off?
Well, there's
shout out to TJ, by the way.
Yeah. Hi. So there's kind of two different stories. We met at Evolve 63, and that was just literally a casual, like, hi, nice to meet you, and never talked again. And then a little bit before the pandemic, I frequently am scrolling on like my explore page on Instagram, and he had come up because like a lot of my friends followed him, vice versa, and I'd been liking his stuff. So he caught wind of that, because in this day and age, if someone's constantly spamming your stuff, it means that they probably want to talk to you.
Facts.
Yes. So I had done that enough, and he responded to one of my stories that was about this like pink quartz I had like hanging from my driver window, rear view window thing. And it was something about like charging them, and it's like, gotta keep them charged or something. And I was like, I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know, because I was like, I don't know this guy, and he's so hot, and he's so good. And like I wanted to respond in a way that's like, please talk to me. But I'm like, bro, you didn't open up with a good line. So I was just like, I literally think I was like, haha, yeah. He said something, and eventually that just turned into talking enough, and I don't think at first believed me that I found him on the explore page. He was like, who scrolls that? I was like, I do. But and then we had met up and had our first dates, and pandemic hit, so it was kind of hard because I lived in Florida, he lived on the West Coast. So like it was hard to fly to each other and stuff, but we made it work, and here we are 2 years later. We have a baby, and we're getting married soon.
That's cool, man.
Yay!
That's so cool. I love it.
Me too.
Switching gears, who are some opponents that you'd like to face, or people that you're looking forward to fighting in the ring?
What I'm really looking forward to is I'm wrestling Viva Van in Arizona next month.
Viva Van?
Maybe. We'll see. I like her, but she's got something that I want.
You gotta get her.
She's got the Arizona Wrestling Championship, and I think I'm just gonna snatch that from her.
Get it.
I'm really looking forward to that. We had a tag against each other a couple weeks ago, and just a little taste. I want more. I would love to wrestle Taya again, because the first time we had a match, it was that MLW match I mentioned, but like it was just a tag match. We need boys there. We need a girls only match. I think Athena is super talented. I met her once. She's super nice and helpful. I'd really love to wrestle Allison Kay, Jessica Havoc, and literally anybody in Stardom pretty much too, if I am getting international with it.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
They are so good.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. What do you have planned for the future, or matches that are coming up?
So matches coming up. I think that one versus Viva is my next match. After that, I have another one in Arizona that I don't know yet. You guys gotta tell me. After that, I know I have a triple threat that I can't announce in June that's in Lancaster for New Tradition Lucha Libre.
Okay.
Most of my summer is open right now, so I mean, I got to have a hot girl summer because I didn't have one last year because I was pregnant. But I need to have a hot girl wrestling summer. So if you're listening and you need a Spoiled Brat on your show, hi. I exist.
Promoters, get at her.
Yes.
Well, where can people follow you out on social media?
All over the place. And make sure you follow me and not these imposters. My Twitter is I am Aria Blake. The letter M, Aria Blake.
ARIA
BLAKE.
There you go.
My Instagram is the Aria Blake. Facebook.com/the Aria Blake if you boomers use it. OnlyFans.com/Aria Blake official. I started a new one, and Patreon.com/the Aria Blake. I think I got those right.
Perfect, man. Thank you so much, Aria Blake. I love seeing you out here.
Yes.
I love seeing you getting it back now that you're back wrestling. So amazing.
We got more to come.
Thank you. For Aria Blake, I am Heartthrob Rob. And if you like what you're watching, then hop in the coffin. Follow us on social media at Coffin Radio. Coffin is spelled with a K. And that's all for today.
ASMR Coffin Radio.